All right, another request coming in for a student. This compound area, what the heck are you talking about? Mr. Best, I looked on the formula sheet, and there is no formula to find the area of something that looks like a house. Well, you're right. There isn't. Because what you have to do is you have to take this shape and you have to break it down into the simple basic shapes that we've already talked about, that we've already discussed, that we've already practiced, that we've already tested on. If you look at this shape, hopefully everybody can recognize that this shape is composed of two triangles. You got one over here on this side, so you got this triangle right there. Then you got another triangle that's on the top up here, okay? So you got this triangle here. And then last but not least, down at the bottom, you got this rectangle. We worked with those as well. So those are three shapes that you end up having in this compound shape. The only other shape you see from time to time in examples like this are like half circles, semicircles, okay? So they're still done the same way no matter what the pieces of the shapes have. When you want to find this, the compound area, what you're basically doing is you're finding the area of each individual shape one by one. And then you're combining them together. You're adding them up. You're finding the sum. So now, since I have my shapes that are here, I have triangles and I have a rectangle. Let's do the rectangle first, okay? To calculate the area of a rectangle, okay, what I need to know according to my formula sheet is this is the length times the width. The length of the rectangle and the width are the two numbers that are associated with them. So in my rectangle, I got 9 here, and then what I end up having is I have 4 here. So 9 times 4 is going to be my area for this rectangle. And when I take 9 times 4, notice that inside here, I'm going to get 36. Now, when I take and I calculate the area of each of my shapes, what I do, this is my strategy. Now remember, you want to find a strategy that works for you. When I use my strategy, when I find an area, I put it inside the shape and I circle it. So I know specifically what I have to add up. Now the other two shapes that you have, they're triangles. So when I consult my formula sheet for triangles, the formula to calculate the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the triangle's base times the triangle's height. 1/2 times the base times the height. Now, the other thing that you need to know about the base and the height of a triangle is the base and the height of a triangle are always perpendicular. Yes, we know what that means. That means that they form a 90-degree angle. The base and height of every triangle will form a 90-degree angle, and the edges or the numbers that we will be using are the numbers that touch the box that make that 90-degree angle. So now if I'm dealing with the triangle that is on the top right now, this guy right here, the first thing I need to do is I need to find out the base of this triangle. So that's the first measurement that touches the box right there. And I know that base there is going to be 9. And now what I need to do is I need to figure out the height of that triangle, and it is also a measurement that touches the box. Notice the sides of the triangle. Notice the sides that are 7.5 have nothing to do with the area. The height of a triangle will never be a slanted line. It's always going to be perpendicular with the base. So this number right here is going to be the height of that triangle. So this is going to be the 6 that we have here. So all I have to do now is take 1/2 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 6, and then I get the area of the triangle in the top. Now, when I do that, 9 times 6 gives me 54, and half of that's going to be 27. You can multiply in any order you want. Half of 9 is 4.5, and 4.5 times 6 is going to give me 27. So now what I know is the area of this triangle up here is going to be a value of 27. Then I got to come down and do the same exact approach with the triangle that is down here on the bottom. Once again, 1/2 times the base times the height. So now with this triangle here, when I talk about this guy's base right there, because it touches the 90-degree angle with the box, there's no number there. Okay, but they give us enough information. They tell us down here that the whole bottom from one end to the other is going to be 14. Well, I know the rectangle's 9 long. So if the rectangle's 9 long and the whole distance is 14, all I got to do is take 14 minus 9. And 14 minus 9 tells me exactly what the bottom of that triangle is. So now I use that number with the height, the other measurement of the triangle that touches the box that makes a 90-degree angle that is perpendicular with the base, which is 4, because it's the other side of the rectangle. Remember, rectangles, opposite sides have to be exactly the same. And then last but not least, when I apply my math formula, I do 1/2 times the base. 1/2 times 5 is 2.5. And 2.5 times 4 is going to give me 10. So 10 is going to be the area of this. Now, some people like to use the formula base times height divided by 2. So in that case, it would have been 5 times 4 is 20. Half of 20 is 10. Guess what, guys? Same thing. When you multiply something by 1/2, it's the same thing as dividing it by 2. Now, to find this compound area, what you do is you go around this shape and you simply add up the areas that you have. So you have 3 regions. One of your regions is 10. You add that to the other region, which is 36. And last but not least, you add it to the top triangle, which is 27. And you get a combined area of 73. And since it's area, centimeters squared. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how you find the combined area of a geometric shape, okay, especially of a compound shape. And when we talk about compound shapes, we're talking about a shape made up of a bunch of little basic shapes that we've already discussed in class. I hope you found this both helpful and informative.